This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I really appreciate you joining me today, and most of our viewers will remember EncroChat. We have a playlist on the channel with over 58 videos documenting the takedown of EncroChat, which was an encrypted communication service and the police believe was mainly used by criminals. This started in 2020, and since then governments across the world have been trying to hack these communications to try to infiltrate gangs that they believe are responsible for the transportation of drugs across the world. After EncroChat, several other accounts got took down, like Sky ECC and also Anon in Australia. And today, breaking news has just emerged from the European courts that they have taken down an international encrypted mobile phone service that has been used by a lot of criminals, and a lot of gang members and biker gangs in Australia have been arrested following this discovery. The mobile phone that we are talking about now is called Ghost, and it was a replacement for EncroChat in many senses, and much more expensive as well. A handset would cost nearly £1,000, and there was a monthly subscription fee as well. In a statement by Europol, they said that Europol and Eurojust, together with law enforcement agencies and judicial authorities across the world, have successfully dismantled an encrypted communication platform that was established to facilitate serious and organised crime. It's alleged they were used by dangerous criminal networks operating on a global scale. The platform, known as Ghost, was used as a tool to carry out a wide range of criminal activities, including large-scale drug dealing, money laundering, instances of extreme violence, and other forms of serious and organised crime. Europol's Executive Director Catherine de Boll said, "Today we have made it clear that no matter how hidden criminal networks think they are, they can't evade a collective effort. Law enforcement agencies from 9 countries, together with Europol, have dismantled a tool that was a lifeline for serious criminal gangs." The operation is what Europol are all about, turning collaborations into concrete results and bringing together the right people, tools and expertise to address every aspect of a complex operation. The work carried out so far is a commitment to tackling organised crime wherever it operates, and she extended her gratitude to the global partners that played a pivotal role in the operation. It was revealed also that Ghost had gained traction among criminal organisations due to its advanced security features. Users could purchase the tool without declaring any personal information, and the solution used free encrypted standards and offered the option to send a message followed by a specific code that would result in the self-destruction of the message upon reaching the target phone. This allowed criminal networks to communicate securely, evade detection, counter forensic measures, and coordinate illegal operations across the borders. But this is really interesting, because where does that line stop? All communication networks are designed to keep your information and conversations private. Even WhatsApp deletes messages and has disappearing software built into it. So at what point do they then decide that WhatsApp is too secure for us and they need access for other applications like that? And this is where a lot of people are arguing that this is a breach of human rights. They go on to say in the statement that this was a multinational effort spanning 6 countries. The servers were based in France and Iceland, and the company owners were located in Sydney, Australia. The financial assets were located in the United States, and a global operation against the phone service started. And of course, which will be no surprise to anybody else, it was the French police that actually hacked this network, exactly the same as EncroChat. The takedown involved a series of coordinated raids and technical interventions. Over the course of the investigation, 51 suspects have been arrested, 38 in Australia, 11 in Ireland, 1 in Canada, 1 in Italy, and they belong to the Italian mafia. Further arrests are anticipated as the investigation progresses. In addition, a number of threats to life were prevented, a drug lab dismantled in Australia, and weapons, drugs over €1 million was also seized worldwide. So on a global scale, if you really compare this to EncroChat, this is very small, to be honest. I'm sure for the police they're trying to make out that it's a very big deal, and in some ways I'm sure that they can justify that, but only several hundred people in Australia were actually using this network, and before it was thousands of people that were using Anon, Sky ECC and also EncroChat. They said the network was used to facilitate investigations into the illegal activities on the communication platform. An operational task force was established by Europol in March 2022, and they communicated with Australian, Canadian, France, Italy, Ireland, Netherlands, Sweden and the United States. The only country that isn't involved in this one is the United Kingdom. The task force has been instrumental, they said, in mapping the global technical infrastructure and being successful in targeting and identifying key suppliers and users of the platform. They also monitored the criminal usage and executed the coordinated efforts to shut it down, and the joint investigation team worked together to be able to make them arrests. They said this was a very complex global operation, and it was made possible thanks to the cooperation among the different countries that involved Europol as well. Over the course of the investigation, Europol deployed experts to Iceland, Ireland and also Australia. Due to the complexity of the data-driven investigation, a number of teams at Europol were involved in specialist technical skills, including cyber-related. A joint operational centre was also established at Europol during the action days, where representatives from the OTF and Europol's officers provided support and coordination of the simultaneous operational activities taking place across the globe. They also mentioned that the encrypted communication landscape has become increasingly fragmented as a result of law enforcement actions, targeting platforms and criminal networks. Europol and partners continue to prioritise the fight against the encrypted communication technologies that are used by criminals, whilst also advocating for a balanced approach to respect privacy rights and uphold legal standards. So that statement on its own sort of contradicts itself, because they're saying that we should have an element of privacy, but they will check our networks and communications to determine if they believe that we're entitled to it. So when they first hacked this network, they couldn't possibly have known that everybody on there was committing some sort of criminal offence. They have to hack it in order to be able to do that first. And this goes to show and raises questions as to the legitimacy of a lot of these operations. So really look forward to hearing what viewers have to say on this story, and we're definitely going to follow this story and also update you as soon as possible. I really appreciate you following the channel and staying subscribed, and don't forget to share and follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.
Today is a really good day for law enforcement. In 2021, the AFP Commissioner revealed the details of Operation Ironside. The lives of many serious criminals dramatically changed when they realised the phone and those who vouched for it had betrayed them. The Commissioner warned organised crime that AFP would come for them again and at scale. And today is the day we've done that. Over the past 2 days, about 700 members have executed and assisted in search warrants across 4 states to arrest those who have been utilising a dedicated encrypted comms platform that we call Ghost. The AFP alleges Ghost was created by criminals and solely for the use by criminals to facilitate crime. Operation Kraken was set up by the AFP to take down Ghost and to charge its administrator, a 32-year-old Australian living in New South Wales. We allege hundreds of criminals, including Italian organised crime, motorcycle gang members, Middle Eastern organised crime and Korean organised crime, have used Ghost in Australia and overseas to import illicit drugs and other killings. Up to 50 people in Australia are facing charges, and action has been taken by overseas law enforcement agencies to arrest people in their own countries for the use of Ghost. Importantly, the AFP has prevented the death and serious injury of 50 individuals in Australia because we've been able to decrypt these messages. Ghost is now just another criminal encrypted platform that has been disrupted by law enforcement. Encrypted platforms like Phantom Secure, EncroChat, Sky ECC and Anon. I want to thank our Commonwealth and state partners, in particular New South Wales Police, South Australia Police, Victoria Police and Western Australia Police. I'd also like to acknowledge the great contribution made by our international partners through the task force at Europol. Finally, I really want to acknowledge the AFP members who provided great work in relation to this operation. From the investigators, the intelligence members, the tech experts, and all of the other support capabilities in the AFP. Taking down dedicated encrypted communication devices takes significant skill. But the holy grail is always penetrating criminal platforms to access evidence. And this is where the AFP is world leading. This time the AFP engineered a new technological solution. As the administrator regularly pushed out software updates, the AFP was able to modify those updates. In effect, we infected the devices, enabling us to access the content on Australian devices. Once again, Australian organised crime has been outsmarted by very dedicated and intelligent members in the AFP.